All right, all can hear me. So today we will be doing questions based on whatever things we have done yesterday. So we mainly saw questions related to galvanometer. We started with that. So we will continue with the questions. And today we will end this unit. And the doubts we will see in the next class. So yes, before everyone joins, anyone has any doubt in this unit related to any specific topic? We can go through that first. So yesterday we talked about the galvanometer, how it can be made to behave as an ammeter and a voltmeter. To make a galvanometer behave as an ammeter, we require to connect a resistance in parallel. To make a galvanometer behave as a voltmeter, we need to connect a resistor in series to the galvanometer. So we have discussed about this in the last class, and we have also done simple questions. So we'll do the questions from the modules today. Okay, so module 18.3 we will start. So we will start with module 18.3, and yes, this is the first question everyone will do, and let me know the answer through the chat. A circular loop, let us suppose this is a circular loop, and it says a squared loop are formed from the same wire and the same current is passed through them. तो चलो ले लिया करंट किसी भी डायरेक्शन में. You have to find the ratio of dipole moment. Dipole moment क्या होता है? I into A, right? Current into area. करंट सेम है दोनों में, तो अगर रेशियो निकालेंगे, लेट अस सपोज ये 1 है, ये 2 है, so ratio of dipole moment in 1 and 2, that will be I1 by I2 into A1 by A2, right? क्योंकि डाइपोल मोमेंट क्या होता है? करंट इनटू एरिया. अब करंट सेम है तो ये रेशियो कट हो जाएगा. एरिया का जो रेशियो होगा वही इसका आंसर होगा, राइट? सो इफ यू लुक एट द वैल्यू, A1 क्या होगा? पाई आर स्क्वायर. और लेट अस सपोज इसका साइड ए है, तो ये हो जाएगा ए स्क्वायर. बट जनरली यहाँ पर कुछ मेंशन नहीं है, तो हम अज्यूम करेंगे कि जो वायर है, दैट सर्कुलर लूप और स्क्वायर्ड लूप, that is of same wire, so basically it is having same length, है ना? तो इसका 2 pi r will be equal to 4 into a. So from here let us substitute the value of a, so that will be pi r by 2. So we will substitute here pi r by 2, so we get pi r square divided by pi r by 2 whole square. तो इसका आंसर क्या आया? 4 by pi. ये सभी को क्लियर है? There is nothing in this question. Very simple. We have just used the expression of dipole moment. चलो ये हो गया. This was a simple question. Chalo, one more question. Let us do this one. And this answer will be given by, let me randomly pick, Anagha. You will give me the answer for this question. Try doing it. All should give through the chat. Send me your answers. Everyone should do. Electron is moving in a circular orbit of radius r with an angular speed omega. Right? Angular speed क्या है? Omega है. Electron is moving in orbit of radius r. You have to find out the magnitude of magnetic moment produced due to the revolving electron. Multiple times we have done this one. Only thing is that here instead of V you have omega. You just need to substitute that. ग्रेट, एक ही आंसर मिला मुझे, ई ओमेगा आर स्क्वायर बाई 2. चलो ये लिख लेते हैं. लेट अस सी. बाकी सब करेंगे. लेट अस चेक दिस इज राइट और नॉट. Okay, most of you are getting E omega r square by 2 only. That is right. E omega r square by 2. So there is nothing tough in this. We will do this exactly in the same manner as we found for the last sums where we required the magnetic moments. So we will use again here m is equal to I into A, and I we will do E by T. Area we will do pi r square, and instead of T we know that omega is 2 pi by T. So instead of T we can write it as 2 pi by omega. That's all we need to substitute here. So E pi r square divided by 2 pi times omega. So here we will get, yes, E r square omega by 2. So everyone just check, are you getting E r square omega by 2 or E r omega square? We are getting E r square omega, right? So magnetic moment will be E omega r square by 2. Okay, everyone has given this answer only. Yes, we can also do that using the expression EVR by 2, but that will require the remembering of the formula. So if you want to remember, you can use that and do it soon. Chalo, let us do the next one. All right, so one from the galvanometer. चलो ये जल्दी करेंगे. Related to galvanometer, we have seen it in the last class. So you are required to use that knowledge and complete this. सभी कोई करेंगे इसको। मूविंग कॉइल गैल्वेनोमीटर, लेट अस सी क्या क्या है। मूविंग कॉइल गैल्वेनोमीटर गिव्स फुल स्केल डिफ्लेक्शन व्हेन अ करंट ऑफ, पहले फुल स्केल डिफ्लेक्शन कब हो रहा है, व्हेन करंट ऑफ 0.005 एम्पियर इज पास थ्रू इट्स कॉइल। मतलब कि गैल्वेनोमीटर है और उसमें से करंट कितने पास हो रहे हैं, 0.005 एम्पियर, then only it shows full scale deflection. Now it says it is converted into a voltmeter reading up to 5 volt. तो इसको कन्वर्ट किस में किया, गैल्वेनोमीटर को वोल्ट मीटर में। दैट मीन्स रेजिस्टेंस आर should be there in series, right? These things we will remember, guys. Using an, अच्छा इसका वैल्यू भी दे रखा है 976 ohm. It says what is the resistance of the galvanometer coil. इस गैल्वेनोमीटर में जो कॉइल्ड वायर्स हैं उसके भी रेजिस्टेंस होंगे। सो क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज द रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ दैट कॉइल। ये तो हो जाएगा सिंपली। लेट अस से इसकी जो रेजिस्टेंस है उसको हम जी से ही रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। लेट अस से इट इज जी एंड वी नीड टू फिगर आउट जी। अच्छा, रेजिस्टेंस को यहाँ कनेक्ट कर देते हैं क्योंकि यही तो है हमारा वोल्ट मीटर, राइट। और सीरीज में वी नो द करंट इज सेम, सो हर एलिमेंट के अक्रॉस यही करंट पास होगा। सो दिस इज 976 ohm. It says converted into a voltmeter reading up to 5 volt. So up to 5 volt है. Let us take that 5 volt. So from here, the total reading this voltmeter will read is 5. So let us equate that 5 with the voltage across galvanometer and the voltage across this shunt. So Vg plus Vs. So let us just use Ohm's law. Vg क्या हो जाएगा, potential across galvanometer I into R. Let us say R is G which is needed to be found. Across 976 ohm के पास पोटेंशियल क्या हो जाएगा, 0.005 into 976. सिंपल, ओम्स लॉ हमने यहाँ पर लगाया है। अच्छा ये भी दिया है ना यहाँ पर, ये समझ में आया सभी को। बहुत सिंपल तरीका है यहाँ पर टू डू द क्वेश्चंस। अब इसमें इसको सॉल्व करेंगे तो हमें जी मिलता है 24 ओम। सो यस, ऑल ऑफ यू हैव गॉट 24 ओम, दे आर करेक्ट। और जिनको नहीं मिला, आई होप दे ऑल अंडरस्टूड दिस वन, है ना। आई कैन सी योर आंसर्स। वेरी सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट रिलेटेड टू गैल्वेनोमीटर। जस्ट इफ यू रिमेंबर कि कि वोल्टमीटर और एमीटर में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए व्हाट डू वी डू विद द गैल्वेनोमीटर, दैट इज व्हाट वी रिक्वायर फॉर डूइंग द क्वेश्चंस। चलो एक और क्वेश्चंस करते हैं रिलेटेड टू द गैल्वेनोमीटर। कोई भी डाउट्स होंगे किसी को भी, दे विल लेट मी नो इन द चैट। पार्ट 1 सभी करेंगे. देखो what it says, galvanometer, the coil of galvanometer is of dimension 0.02 times 0.8 meter, right? तो इससे कुछ एरिया निकल जाएगा. It consists of 200 tons and is in a magnetic field of 0.2 Tesla. We have to find the restoring torque constant of suspension wire. Okay, no, the restoring torque constant is also given. It is this one. Assuming magnetic field to be radial. Radial means जैसे ये coiled है ना, तो magnetic field is in this direction along the radius. तो area vector क्या होता है? It is perpendicular to its plane. So of course in this case angle is 90 degree. So you have to find the maximum current that can be measured by this galvanometer if scale can accommodate 45-degree deflection. We have a very direct expression for finding, for relating definitely the torque. क्या है? Torque is equal to number 1 के लिए देखो, torque is equal to NIAB and this is equal to K times deflection, right? So we need to find the maximum current. Okay, this one. So we need to relate these two and just observe what all quantities are given. So I will be K times theta by NAB. So putting the values here, let us put the values. K का वैल्यू क्या है? 10 to power -5. थीटा क्या है? 45 डिग्री. So you have to convert this into radians. 45 by pi, because pi radian is 180 degree. So 45 degree will be pi by 180 times 45. Okay, K, right. K is given in per degree. That also we need to observe. तो इसमें हमें रेडियन में कन्वर्ट नहीं करना होगा. We are free to use here 45. Right. That also we need to keep a check on, and divided by 200 times area, that is 0.02 into 0.8 times B, that is 0.2. So this will come out to be in, the value we'll get here is approximately 7.1 into 10 to power -4. Okay, and the unit will be amperes. Number 2, the smallest current that can be detected if minimum observed deflection is 0.1 degree. So इसमें भी we will just use the exactly same expression, और theta के जगह we'll put 0.1. So it is to be noted here, the expression that we get for I, we see that I is dependent on the deflection. So current will be maximum when there is possibility for deflection to be maximum, and it will be minimum when the current will be, and in that case the current will be minimum. Okay, so this should be understood by everyone. This is a simple thing based on just the usage of, again, the a very simple expression. So moving ahead with another questions of galvanometer. Let all do this and Those who have done, they will let me know. So at least 50-60% of you should attempt, and then we will discuss. Only 15% of you have done. Everyone should do this. Galvanometer of resistance 100 ohm gives a full scale deflection of 50 dB. Right? All the informations you can find. Everyone should do quickly. Let me know. So what answers you all have got? Let me know that. What resistance should we connect with it and in what combination? That means how you should connect the resistance. It says galvanometer has resistance of 100 ohm, gives a full scale deflection of 50 degree, right? So let us say this is a galvanometer and here G is 100 ohm. It gives full scale deflection of 50 degree. The galvanometer experiences a radial magnetic field of zero point 0.1 Tesla. The number of turns of the coil is 200. The area of the coil is 1 squared centimeter. Convert it in SI unit because it's in Newton meter per degree. So 10 to power minus 4 meter squared. Now the restoring torque constant, that means K, that is 0.4 into 10 to power minus 9. It says to convert it into an ammeter. First you need to think what we need to find out here. It says to convert it into an ammeter. What resistance should we connect and in what combination? So we have a galvanometer. We remembered that to convert it into ammeter, we require to connect a very high resistance, let us say R, we call it as shunt, and it has to be connected in parallel. And what can be observed here, to convert it into an ammeter capable of measuring up to 1 ampere. That means this will measure 1 ampere, right? And we have to find out R. So, okay, we have the value for the current through G, and that can be found using NIAB equals to K times theta. So this current will be equal to the current flowing through the galvanometer for full scale deflection, right? For full scale deflection of 50 degree, and we can find R using Ohm's law. So let us first find out this I. Let us check this value for I. So I will be K times theta divided by N into AB, 2 times into A into B. So let us simplify. So from here, what do we get? 0.4 times 50 तो हमें मिला 1 into 10 to power minus 5 ampere. So we can write it as 10 microampere. So from 1 ampere, 10 microampere is passing through this galvanometer. So what will be the current passing through this? 1 minus 10 to power minus 5 ampere. But here in this case, the potential difference across this R and across this G will be same. So potential difference, let us just equate this. So 1 minus 10 to power 5 minus 5 times R, which is needed to be found, is equal to 10 to power minus 5 times the galvanometer's resistance, 100. So from here we get R as 10 to power minus 3 by 1 minus 10 to power minus 5. Let us check. Are we missing anything? Let us check whether are we missing any big thing here. Galvanometer of resistance 100 gives a full scale deflection of 50. Galvanometer experiences a radial magnetic field of 0.1 Tesla. The number of turns is 200 and the area of the coil is 1. The restoring torque constant is this much. To convert, okay, let us find this I. Let us check with I value here. K times theta divided by NAB. So 200 into A into B. Okay, till here it is clear. And if we do 50 times 0.4, let us check. So that will be 20. And so 200 by 200, 1 into 10 to the power minus 5. So I times R is equal to I into R. So this gives us, yes, this one approximately you can take it as 1 for easier calculation. But if we calculate exactly in terms of what is given, that you will get exactly same result. इसको चाहे approximate करो या ना करो, up to 2-3 decimal places you will get 001. But isn't this coming something strange, because we saw that when a resistance is connected in parallel combination, this should be high resistance, and we are getting very low resistance. Let us check with the in volt. Right, we were having voltmeter, or isme shunt was high and in this case the shunt was low. So in this case, right, that's correct. We can say this much answer. 2 times we have calculated, it should be correct. Okay, ये this is understood by all. देखो इसमें कुछ भी नया नहीं किया है, हमने बस एक ही चीज यूज किया है, फिर से वही combination, how to convert galvanometer to ammeter and to voltmeter. Here we require to convert it into voltmeter, right? Ammeter. Here we require to convert it into ammeter, and yes, that's why the shunt required was of low resistance. Only two main points we have regarding the shunt will be, how the shunt should be connected and what should be its value. Okay, let us do another one. So anyone has any doubt before I move on to the next question? So no questions. Chalo, let us move to the next one. So everyone should do this and get your options. So Ronak will tell me the answer in the chat. Ronak, tell me the answer in the chat. Also mark it here, everyone. Okay, so almost, so still only 40% of you have done. So most of you select D, 60% of you say D is the right one. Let us check. So it says a galvanometer of resistance 36 is changed into an ammeter. So how will you change into an ammeter? By connecting a resistance in parallel, right? So this is a galvanometer which is having 36 ohm. It says the fraction of total current passing through the galvanometer is. So let us say I amount of current is passing through the galvanometer, and I dash amount, or let us say I1 and I2 amounts of current are flowing through this. So total current flowing will be I1 plus I2. So this total current will be through this ammeter. So in this case, we see again the potential across them and them are same. So we get 4I2 is equal to 36 I1. So from here we get I2 as 9 I1. So that means if through galvanometer I1 current is going, then through the shunt 9 I1 current is going, and the total current entering the junction is 10 I1, right? That's what the idea we get. And the question says you have to find the fraction of total current passing through the galvanometer. So through the galvanometer, I1 is passing, and fraction of the total. So I1 divided by 10 I1 is actually F naught. So that will be 1 by 10. So fourth is the correct option. सबको समझ में आ रहा है? So today we are doing, you can say, the most easy question from the complete section of magnetism. But ये सबको समझ में आना चाहिए. आ रहा है सबको समझ में? जिनको डाउट्स हैं, कोई भी डाउट्स है, कोई क्वेश्चन है, देखिए मैसेज मी. Okay, in case of no doubts, chalo, let us do few more questions. Let us do this one. अब ये जो है, so Rohit, there may be some connection error. That's why it may be showing, because बाकी सबके तो कॉल आ रहे. No problem. You message me in the chat. जिनको चैट में परफेक्ट आंसर मैसेज करना है, दे कैन मैसेज मी. वो पॉलिंग बस है टू गेट मी द आइडिया कि एटलीस्ट फॉर 50% 60% ऑफ यू आर अटेम्प्टिंग. चलो, तो इसके आंसर सभी कोई देंगे चैट में, क्योंकि ऐसा देखो, वी आर डूइंग दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन ऑलमोस्ट 3-4 बार आज हमने किया है. सो दिस क्वेश्चन विल बी डन बाय मीत पटेल, विनुता एंड सुहास. सभी कोई करेंगे, बट you will, these three of you will tell me the answers in the chat. Suhas, Vinuta and Meet Patel. अब जिनका होगा, they will select the option. Let me understand how many of you have attempted. और 3 बच्चों का मैंने नाम लिया है। दे विल टेल मी द आंसर्स इन द चैट, या आंसर्स नहीं मिल रहे हैं तो लेट मी नो कि क्या डाउट है। चलो, आई गिव यू ऑल 2 minutes टू डू। चलो, एक आंसर मिला। सुहस हैज गिवन मी द आंसर। मीट इज इन कनेक्टेड टू ऑडियो। मीट, यू कैन हियर मी? मीट, हाउ कैन यू बी प्रेजेंट विदाउट हियरिंग मी? इनफैक्ट हम अगर कार्टून भी देखते हैं तो थोड़ा आवाज चाहिए होता है हमें। मीट, यू कैन हियर मी? या मे बी देर कुड बी कनेक्शन। चलो, कोई बात नहीं। सो आई विल हैव अ चैट विथ मीट आफ्टर द क्लास। सो हियर सुहस ने आंसर बताया 0.09 ओम। चलो, देखते हैं। एंड व्हाट अबाउट विनीता? वेयर आर यू? Have you tried this question? You should just let me know where you are stuck or what answer you got. Are you there in the class? If you can hear me, इसीलिए ये वोटिंग कम मिल रहे हैं। अराउंड ओनली 40-50% ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स आर एबल टू आंसर। Okay, good, me. 0.09 ohm. Meet, you can hear me now? Yes, now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. चलो, ammeter reads up to 1 ampere, है ना? तो ये एमीटर कैसे बनेगा? गैल्वेनोमीटर को लेके उसके पैरेलल में हम एक शंट कनेक्ट किए. To increase the range to 10 amperes, the value of the required shunt is, it's like यहाँ से 1 ampere, when the current 1 ampere was being sensed or read by the ammeter, in that case the internal resistance is 0.81 ohm, and to increase the range of 10 amperes, the value of the required shunt we have to find, that means this value. So how we will figure out 0.09? If I calculate, so most of you have given A, and if I calculate, yes, I get approx 0.09 ohms. Okay, so let us see how we get this 0.09 ohm. तो ये जो पहले मैं बता देता हूँ, this question what I gave you guys, this was for triple E, we call that as AIEEE 2003. So you could see how simple this question is. तो यहाँ पर हमने अज्यूम करेंगे ये 10 एम्पियर, टू इंक्रीज द रेंज टू 10 एम्पियर. तो 10 यहाँ से आ रहा है, तो गैल्वेनोमीटर कितना सेंस करेगा? 1 एम्पियर. और इधर क्या हो जाएगा करंट? फिर से 9 एम्पियर, राइट? 10 माइनस 1, 9 एम्पियर. यहाँ तक क्लियर है ना सभी को? सी, जस्ट अ वेरी स्मॉल क्वेश्चन. अब क्या करना है? जस्ट अप्लाई ओम्स लॉ. तो 9 इंटू एस हो गए इज इक्वल टू 1 इंटू गैल्वेनोमीटर का दिया हुआ है रेजिस्टेंस 0.81. So if we find S from here, we get 0.81 by 9. और ये कितना मिल गया? 0.09 ohm. Number 1 is the right answer. Okay. So the last question from the in-class exercise. And इस question के part wise हम करेंगे. One by one we will do. So first we will complete part 1. जिनका जिनका होगा they will message me through the chat. और जल्दी जल्दी करेंगे ये question. So tomorrow what? So today what you all guys will do? इसके तो पहले homework section करोगे, and then you will do the TPPs. तो दोनों हो जाएगा, then we will discuss them, and then we'll head on to the next chapter. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग कोशिश करेंगे ये हो जाए. Most of you will try to finish it quickly. So first we have to find out the total torque on the coil. A circular coil of 200 tons, radius is zero point 0.1 meters, is placed in a uniform magnetic field of, क्या है magnetic field? 0.5 Tesla. If the current in the coil is 3 amps, you have to find the torque. तो torque क्या होता है? NIAB. N क्या है? 200. I कितना है? 3. एरिया कितना होगा? सर्कुलर कॉइल है, so एरिया विल बी 5 टाइम्स r स्क्वायर, और r है 0.1 इंटू b, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड b 0.5. ये जो रिजल्ट आएगा दैट विल बी न्यूटन मीटर. हाउ सिंपल दिस इज, कुछ है ही नहीं इसमें. टोटल टॉर्क क्या हम ये कहेंगे दिस मच न्यूटन मीटर. ऑब्जर्व इट केयरफुली. अगर हम एक्सप्रेशन लगाएं तो NIAB हो सकता है, बट ध्यान देने वाली एक और बात है कि टॉर्क इज NIAB याद करो तो साइन थीटा होगा, राइट. टॉर्क वाज NIAB साइन थीटा. तो ये नॉर्मल देख के इस साइन थीटा को ये नहीं समझना है कि साइन 90 होगा, राइट. व्हाट इज नॉर्मल? जस्ट ऑब्जर्व यूनिफॉर्म मैग्नेटिक फील्ड नॉर्मल टू द प्लेन ऑफ द कॉइल. मतलब ये एक कॉइल है तो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इस डायरेक्शन में है, राइट. तो एरिया वेक्टर किधर होता है? इसी डायरेक्शन में होता है, राइट. इट इज ऑल्सो परपेंडिकुलर टू द प्लेन. तो दोनों के बीच में जो एंगल होगा दैट विल बी जीरो. सो इनटू साइन जीरो ये करना जरूरी है. दैट विल बी जीरो न्यूटन मीटर. So at this point, the torque is 0 Newton meter. So I can see most of you giving the non-zero results, but some of you also have given zero. I can see it now. ठीक है. So torque zero होगा. तो total torque. Observe you have found the total torque. तो क्या हम कह सकते हैं कि total force coil पे क्या होगा? Zero. Can we say that? That means my question is, from this one, can I conclude that this force is also zero? Is it right to conclude? I want the poll for this. Is it the right thing to conclude? Yes or no? मतलब one से using the value of one, is it right thing to conclude that the total force is zero? Possible नहीं हो सकता है, right? Right. Most of you say no. That is correct. क्योंकि situation could be कि forces ऐसे आ रहे हैं. In this case, the net torque is zero, but the net force is not zero. Okay. So circular coil. Let us say the circular coil is here. You have to find out the total force acting on the coil. तो टोटल फोर्स किसी एक पॉइंट पे फोर्स देखते हैं. मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का डायरेक्शन किधर है? ऊपर है. तो किसी एक पॉइंट पे, लेट अस सपोज इस पॉइंट पे करंट का डायरेक्शन लेट अस सपोज इस डायरेक्शन में है. तो अगर इस डायरेक्शन में है करंट, तो जो फोर्स होगा दैट विल बी इन दिस डायरेक्शन, राइट. हर पॉइंट पे जो होगा फोर्स क्या होगा? बाहर होगा. अगर करंट एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में है तो. नहीं तो क्या होगा? करंट दिस फोर्सेस विल बी इनसाइड, right. So there could be the result of force, but the net force is zero. Number 3 we will do the magnitude of average force on each electron in the coil due to the magnetic field, and assume the wire has cross sectional area this much and electron density as this much. So quickly we will do this. Number 3, you have to find the magnitude of average force on each electron. Average force on each electron. क्या यूज करेंगे एक्सप्रेशन टू फाइंड आउट द एवरेज फोर्स? Number 3, no one has given me the answer. Force divided by total number of electrons. No, you have to get the answer in newtons. You have to find the average force acting on each electron, and that force due to the magnetic field. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा? You have to find force acting on an electron. F was BQV. याद है ये expression? We use this expression, F is equal to BQV, and this was the expression for force acting on charge Q placed in the magnetic field, moving with speed V. So let us use this expression. Magnetic field यहाँ पर दी हुई है, right? Yes, V is the drift velocity of the electrons. So drift velocity, how we will find out? I is equal to NEAV. So drift velocity will be I by NEA. So if you put here Q or E, they are the charges, they get cut. So it will be B into I by N into A. N क्या था? ध्यान दो, this was the number of electrons per unit volume. That means the electron density. So let us put the result here. Put the values. Magnetic field क्या? 0.5. Current क्या है? 3. Number density क्या है? 10 to power 29. And cross sectional area क्या है? 10 to power minus 5. So what do we get? 1.5 into 10 to power minus 24 Newton. Is this understood to all? इसका तीनों पार्ट सभी को समझ में आया? तो इस चैप्टर को आज हमने किया है कंप्लीट, और इसके मॉड्यूलर सेक्शन यू हैव टू डू द होमवर्क. सबको प्रैक्टिस करना है और उसके साथ साथ इसके थ्योरीज भी रिवाइज करने हैं. So this week we will have test for this magnetism. Okay, complete unit जो हमने complete किया है अभी. So your homework will be the homework part of 18.3, P18.3, and then the test practice problem. हाँ, आज मैं सारा नोट शेयर कर दूंगा डेफिनेटली. तो होमवर्क क्या होगा? 18.3, P18.3 will be your homework, and along with this the TPPs. So clear है सभी को?